Is that red button? Okay, the red button is on.
Red button.
Blinking?
Never got it done. Red button.
It is not blinking. Hey, this is it's probably part one of, I'm guessing, 3 parts of the Super Bowl weekend Clusterfuck podcast. Right now, all right, this is what's happening. It's Friday of Super Bowl weekend. Chaille's here, Chad Shank's here, Brett Erickson here, Tom Konopka is here. Coming on as a guest, we'll squeeze you in up front. Don't worry, we'll bullshit for a while. Well, you're sipping out of an empty.
I do that all the time. Yes.
Gabe Lindstrom
Don't fuck with Gabe.
is here, and we will have more guests.
I need Tom to check his mic. I'm not getting a level.
Hello.
Yeah, something's up. Hold on.
Uh-oh, something's up.
He had one job.
All he had is one job. Brian Hennigan, absent from Super Bowl weekend,
Where are we at?
which is
We're good. We're good. We're
We
good.
good, brother? Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hennigan, he didn't. He had a. This is the weird thing. Hennigan had a good friend pass away,
No, that's sad.
which the idea of Hennigan having a good friend, a friend, any friend.
That's not right.
Oh Jesus, Gabe can he can shit talk Hennigan now. Yeah, Hennigan's fucking out of the picture. My God, that was. Fuck. We'll get to that. But remind me about that.
Does someone know what they're supposed to remind you?
Yeah.
Oh, is it Gabe? Okay.
Gabe will remember Hennigan. Hennigan's. He was trying to make a documentary about Gabe. Oh fuck, they're coming too.
Yes.
The documentary people are on their
That's
way.
tomorrow.
Is it
No,
tomorrow?
they're coming tonight.
But you're
Well,
doing the
this
thing tomorrow.
Dogs barking. That's either Morgan Murphy, Christine Levine,
Morgan,
the
Christine,
Warlock,
Warlock,
or
holy shit.
the documentary crew. All right.
Morgan walks through the front door.
Bring presents?
Yes.
Oh, lady.
What timing?
What?
Comedy is
The
timing.
all-star
All right.
cast.
What do you want to do?
Timing.
Yeah,
timing.
let's,
Timing.
we're going to take a quick break right now. 3 minutes into the podcast, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hello, children. James Christ, Mr. Hennigan. You're my manager. I have to make a Valentine's Day dinner for my wife, Bingo Bingaman. She might be half retarded, but she knows good food when she tastes it. I don't know how to cook. What do I do?
What do? You go to fucking Blue Apron. It's fucking easy. Oh, I mean, they're the number one fresh ingredient people on the fucking internet in America. You can get the fucking whole meal sent to you, and all you have to do is fucking flub it together.
Do I have to read to do it?
No, a fucking retard can do it. It's fucking easy. Anyone can do it. All of your fans can do it. That's how fucking simple it is.
I have fans?
You have many fans, all of whom are listening right now. So they should fucking get as many fucking meals as they possibly can from Blue Apron so we can give up on this dying comedy business.
But what if they don't like it or can't read the recipe?
It is inconceivable that they will not like it because it's all so delicious. They have things like, I don't know, fillet of tilapia with chervil scented. I said chervil scented, not chervil flavored couscous. They have all of that sort of shit and it just gets shoved through your letterbox and you just stick it in something and make it hot.
This sounds like a great bargain because a lot of my fans' girlfriends would think couscous is something exotic.
Well, obviously, a lot of your fan base don't have girlfriends. They're kind of in need of girlfriends. So that's what's even better about this, is they can use it to lure people, often females, to their house with the couscous, right? And then they have an enjoyable meal and then things happen.
If I had a nickel for every time I picked up a female hitchhiker and said, hey, I have couscous in the back of the van, I would have enough money to buy couscous.
The entire Blue Apron empire is founded on the domination of couscous in the sexual domain. And now they're bringing it to all of America. And the first 3 meals are free.
Free? Well, that's not going to lure girls into my van, but I never really had couscous to begin with. This Blue Apron, is it available in the yellow pages?
No, you can only buy it on fucking line. On fucking line using the internet. You go on the internet, Blue Apron, look it up on Google. It's probably blueapron.com. And you select all the fucking posh, totty food that you want. And they just ming it to you using some sort of delivery format like FedEx or UPS.
But wait, don't they have to use the /Stanhope to get this?
Abso-fucking-lutely! How dare you not realize I'd already said that? Yes.
You didn't say it. I know what you said.
I fucking wanted to, though.
You said you'd give me
can say that
candy
again.
if I signed you on as a manager, and you'd always
You
remember
go to
be branding.
blueapron.com/Stanhope, and we get 10% of every meal that's delivered.
10% of the couscous?
Yes, 10% of the couscous, 10% of the rhubarb pudding.
You're not lying to me like
No.
you did about that HBO special and my own NBC sitcom, like you promised when I signed with you 12 years ago.
No.
You're not lying this time.
No, I'm not. This is not a lie.
Only one question. Is there any furikake?
Listen, it's offensive to women to furikake on your face. That's why we went with couscous in your bottom.
Sweet.
And cockaliki soup.
Cockaliki, jump a little lighter. Cockaliki.
Now you only get the cockaliki on week 2, because if they had the cockaliki on week 1 offer, Blue Apron would be inundated with cockaliki fans.
Brian, what is the effect on the environment with this?
Yes.
He can cut that out. So, to get this shipped to my house, I will have to use the Pony Express or have a friend drive from New Jersey.
No, you fucking idiot. You check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/Stanhope.
I don't know why you have to yell at me.
Well, because you love how good it will taste, and I'm excited for you. That's blueapron.com/Stanhope.
I don't have to wear an apron, do I?
No, but it would make you feel better as a person. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Better than drive-through?
Driving through isn't cooking. Driving through is driving,
was
so
closing
therefore
on
it'd be a
that.
better way to
I
drive.
was closing on that.
All right.
All right.
He is a sweetheart, man. I'm
All
telling
right,
you.
we're rolling.
Hi-yo.
And he was cool enough to buy a ticket to the End of the World podcast instead of trying to.
Who's that?
Because I probably would have comped him in. Marty Shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
I would have comped him in, but he didn't even ask. He bought a ticket immediately.
How is
Don't
it
ever
you-
say that.
How is it that you think you can comp
say
someone
that.
into?
I would have snuck him in.
Okay, that's
Stuck him
different.
in. Different.
All right.
Hey, we're rolling.
I tell them I'm comping them in, and then I sneak them in.
He has him walk beside me so the doorman doesn't see him.
Yeah. Carry this mic
You can
stand.
only sneak in people smaller than me.
He's with the band.
It's a lot of people.
Speaking of the End of the World podcast, sorry, the whole thing. Sorry about that break, but a bunch of people showed up, and more people will show up, and then people will leave, and they'll come back in. But it's an all-star cast, and End of the World. We did finally. I have not given my. We said we were going to give the proceeds of the door for the End of the World podcast to charity. So Bill Burr said, fuck it, just give mine to St. Jude's. They're the only one I know that's reputable. So,
Okay, hold on. We just discussed this whole thing in the last podcast.
oh, did we?
The one that Chad
bit.
can't remember doing, and
Right.
apparently you don't remember.
Yeah, all right. And where's the board? A third and a third and a third. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Didn't
Chad-
seem familiar
Chad, you're
to
gonna
me,
get hooked
so
up.
I was good.
So you guys,
You got good news coming, Chad. Yeah.
some of
great
it went
Bill
to
Burr.
St. Jude.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I paid for the death of a child.
that was your. But there's abortion credit on yours, or you were talking about.
All right, then if I've already talked about it.
Yeah.
All right, what haven't I talked
I'm
about?
reminding you.
I'm saying. So then what do you got?
Yeah, what do you got?
Chaille?
I'd prefer it if we didn't recap the last podcast if it's all the same with you guys.
I remember having
Busy
fun.
pole dancing.
I'm only hoping that I cried off the podcast at the end of the night, not on the podcast at this point. That's
No
how
one's
little
talking.
hope I have.
We were all crying.
Fucking
It's
meltdown.
You're in a good
But-
company, brother.
But I shouldn't have been here at that time.
Chaille and I both cried at Lily Tomlin on the SAG Awards.
What a sweetheart.
You know, you get to a point when
Great Lily Tomlin.
so many days in a row and the fucking stress of the book, whatever. You get to a point where your emotions are depleted and you cry at Lily Tomlin.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the next day we realized we misheard what she said. So we cried for all the wrong reasons.
Maybe there's something going on in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called being a cuck.
It's a
that a
new
cook or a cock?
it's a new kind of thing. The cuckold is the new kind of
Cuck's the new fag.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm an old fag.
And that made me
And I'll
cry.
cuckle.
I was a cuck before it was
cry.
popular with the kids.
Yeah.
Chad Shank's in a good mood again, or are you
Yes.
pretending? Are you
No,
faking it?
Oh, yes, I can
I'm
see
on
it.
the upswing of
you can
the
see it in
mental
your eyes,
illness
brother.
now. This is where I'm like Donald Trump. Like I have confidence that I don't really deserve, and all the horrible shit that I did
Yeah.
wrong in my past that
Yeah.
usually drags me down is like,
You know
fuck
what?
all
You
that.
gotta let it go.
I don't necessarily feel better about myself. I just feel that everybody else is as useless as I am. So
Nice.
I'm like amongst the company. I guess.
You're right.
He's
there.
banning all the bad feelings from entering.
No, I don't get to do it on purpose. It just happens. I'll wait. After this, I'll get fucking manic, and
Yeah. It's organic.
it's a weird fucking cycle. So
Welcome.
Tom Konopka made some Blue Apron. Is this a read? Do we have a read? Are we getting paid for this?
Yeah, we can.
Or
do
do we
this.
say the truth? The lentils were bland.
There were
Well-
no lentils. There was no,
No,
lentils.
that-
Oh wait, that was
was
your.
mine.
Oh,
That was
Chaille did
Sally's.
that. All right, there was some bland
Blue
lentils.
Apron, it wasn't
Hey,
you.
I can't fucking. I have to be somewhat honest.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You can add or subtract any of those.
But do they give you
spices and
salt?
ingredients. No, they don't give you salt. They don't give you pepper, and they don't
guess-
give you olive oil. Everything else.
And they don't ship to like fucking sub-Saharan Africa where people actually don't have salt and pepper. What'd you make today, Tom?
That is
Because
sick.
I want to get to Gabe.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Let's go. I want to get right to it. West African peanut chicken, and here's Gabe. How's that? Gabe, get the hell up here. Yeah. No, it's actually great. What was it? It was sauteed kale and rice. I'm actually reading.
I
this
bailed
shit
on
every
that.
time.
Like I've tried everything you guys have
fucking
made
good, though.
except this because the coconut. I don't.
Oh,
do-
you're not
yeah,
a- yeah.
this.
It's coconut milk. You wouldn't have even.
Yeah,
understand. You're
bullshit.
thinking-
That's the other thing. Coconut water is the new cuck.
Yeah.
Like those are the new like,
Coconut
bingoes.
water.
It hydrates you. Yeah, so does water, and it doesn't taste
Yeah.
like coconut. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
You know how they make coconut water?
How?
Water.
Whoa!
That was also in the lentils. Was the light coconut milk?
I didn't have it.
Yeah.
Rave reviews from what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Oh, it'll all get 8 this week. So
Yeah, but
we'll do a we'll get back to a Blue Apron read.
Yeah.
But that was the meal.
Yeah,
we just
we're
got
good. We're good, Chad.
3 more we got 3 more meals the other day, and we're just gonna cook them all weekend, Super Bowl weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
I'm
we're
gonna have it. Meal
getting
after
rid of
meal.
everything this Super Bowl
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah, this is fucking the Bacchanal
we
room
have
at Caesars.
this football season. Everyone has brought food to the point where look under there, Cedric. Look under that table. That's just like spare giant tubs of Doritos and shit that no one ever got to. So
The soup kitchen.
yeah, bring your hungry and your homeless
And your wheelbarrows.
it's all in illegal plastic bags. I hope they don't raid this. Guys.
We do have we have the to-go containers this year.
Yeah,
So
that was
everyone
brilliant.
leaves with
That
the
was
to-go
Chaille?
containers.
Chaille
you
does
go.
have. Oh, Cedric, when we'll fill you in the squares. Becker changed the whole schematics. We're doing $5 squares and we're doing $20 squares. But Becker, and at first I fought it just because we always do it our own way. What we do is we change the numbers every quarter. So if you get stuck with a 5 and an 8, That's for a quarter, and then at the end of the quarter, you change all the numbers.
smart.
Fucking brilliant. That's that
fucking
Matt
great
Becker.
Matt Becker.
He'll be on later
Goddamn
on,
right. The
along
great
with
Matt
Morgan Murphy and Christine Levine, or that might be other
What a
podcasts.
Fucking all
As long as he's not picking the cards, he can fix the squares anytime he wants to.
Yeah.
Another ace of spades. Another ace of spades.
Yeah, where did that come from? Another ace of spades.
Do I need to get them over to the Airbnb, or do you want to?
No, they're
Okay.
They're fine for now. Who wants to duck out for Gabe?
Gabe can
Give
jump
up a
in right
mic.
No. Chad.
No, you're kind of a co-host, not you, Chad. I know you always
Game
wanted.
over here.
Goofus always wants to bail out on the podcast. Gallant.
You can do whatever you want, big guy.
All right, Erickson is in the Chaille seat. All right, we have Gabe Lindstrom,
The great Gabe Lindstrom.
the renowned Gabe Lindstrom.
Absolutely.
The honorable.
Oh, and our councilman. I forgot that. You're now
Damn right.
our city councilman.
Emeritus.
Good to be
Not
here.
not in our district,
Thank
so we don't have to
Thanks for having me.
suck your.
Douglas.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not. He's fucking Ward 3. Fuck that guy.
Is that the word? I never
So-
knew what number it was.
Word or word?
So, for you, those who have listened to every single podcast and remember them, you're creepy. But Gabe's mom, Betty, who was also in the book
What a
that
sweetheart.
helped with when my mother was dying, was Nurse Betty. Before that, she was Mayor Betty when she ran for mayor. And you're her offspring, but you...
Offspring.
Which is ironic because I'm actually a nurse practitioner. So
and a councilman, which is
councilman.
closer to mayor than she ever got.
Whoa.
Oh, geez, when we were, it's a convoluted story, but for a minute when Bingo got out of the hospital, came back home, she had to go to Sierra Vista to get her speech therapy, because it was on home care, but they wouldn't come to Bisbee. So, but if you know someone in Sierra Vista, so we went to your brother's house in Sierra Vista. Your brother is the
county attorney.
county attorney,
What a family. Jesus.
prosecutor, isn't that? He's a prosecutor, isn't he?
He's a prosecutor now.
Yeah.
He was a defendant. He was,
He's a county prosecutor. You don't even
we
fucking
don't
know.
We don't know what he does.
Gabe, this is the great
Whatever
story
it is, it's
about
good.
when Gabe just got elected to city council. They were taking a vote on something, and everyone went, aye, and it got to Gabe, and he went, here. And he wasn't kidding.
I wasn't kidding. I thought they were calling roll.
That's funny.
I didn't want to say I, so I made it a point to say here.
Oh, who can argue that?
Listen, they always do roll right after the pledge. Who can blame Gabe?
Look, there's nothing more embarrassing than watching city council. These are grown old people, and they stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I was kidding, do they?
No, they do. They do. It's fucking embarrassing.
I had a hard time the first time. Of course, Kaepernick came to my mind, and
Oh, yeah. There you
I
go.
thought about it.
Yeah.
And,
Take a knee. I pledge allegiance.
Yeah.
Do you do the fucking Boy Scouts? What's it? The honor.
everything in the council is like
Serving
basically a high school government.
Do you get?
You know, it's all the same. It's
Oh,
all the
it's-
same. It's just older people.
Crazy. You missed last night because you're not that civically involved. It was the city. They had a special meeting of the.
You didn't even get
It's
an
not
email
planning
or
and
anything?
zoning. It was the other one.
My mom acts as my secretary, and
Your mom acts as your
Yeah.
secretary.
she gets my emails. And why didn't she tell me there was something
What a
happening last night? What happened last night?
It was about the fucking. All right, this is so off topic for the listener, but the trailer. These two assholes are bitching about the fucking beautiful yellow trailer over there, the Blue Moon
great.
Bungalows. I'll give them a plug. Airbnb. If you want to stay close to me and look over my fence awkwardly, hoping I invite you in, stay at the Blue Moon Bungalows on Airbnb.
There you go.
In the Warren district of Bisbee. Let's just get to the story, and then we'll go from there.
Wait,
But
this is not the story?
Gabe's mom,
Jason.
Mayor Betty, Nurse Betty, was on an early podcast where she told this story the legendary story in Bisbee of why Gabe doesn't have a Super Bowl ring. And it was a fantastic story. It still is, but Gabe...
I listened to that podcast and cringed because I can't even think of the details now, but I just remember hearing it. And if you know my mom, of course, everything's a little bit, we call it Betty's world. So Betty's in Betty's world.
Yes.
You know, it's not really reality. So I heard the story and it was wrong.
just fucked up every detail.
I'm averaging like
I had
60
to
yards
ask
of punt in her
her.
eyes, and it's like, this is not true. So I heard it and I said, one of these days, and this is a long time ago, I said, one of these days I'll come and
Set the record
rectify
straight.
the story.
Set the record straight tonight, sir.
So that's why I figured Super Bowl Sunday.
Yes.
Patriots are in the Super Bowl. You know.
Hey, that's
timing.
perfect.
Perfect
Yes.
timing.
That's it.
It is perfect. So you were a punter.
I was a punter, always a punter.
And still a punter.
But I'm just start to get to even training camp in the NFL from Bisbee, because this is where you started in a town of 5,000 people. Like, were you a punter? Is never a star,
Well, okay.
but you had to be in this town. You had to
You want
be.
me to start from the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
How much time do we have?
All you need.
Okay.
Football was
I-
invented by George Hallis back in the day.
So I was in high school in the 90s. So 91, I think, was my freshman year. I don't remember. I graduated in like 94.
Please mumble as much as you can.
Is it not clear? He keeps adjusting my mic.
Yes.
I think
There it
we're
is.
just
Perfect.
louder than
Okay,
you.
so I was
Put a football in front of you?
I was a quarterback. That's what I always wanted to do, is be a quarterback, right? So most
Ooh, that's a
um,
huge demotion.
a lot of punters are ex-quarterbacks that didn't make it as a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, but some of them did. Tom Tupa, you remember him?
Yes.
He was a quarterback punter.
Sure.
No.
Danny White.
Tom Tupa.
Danny White.
He was a punter quarterback. So it kind of goes hand in hand.
Right.
So I always want to be a quarterback. So from Bisbee, I had a pretty good year, but again, it's a town of 5,000 people and 2A school. Our team sucked. I think our senior year we were like 4-5. We get mercy ruled, and that's a Arizona thing. I don't know if that's anywhere else, but if you
Everyone knows mercy rule.
really,
Yeah.
oh, it's
Yeah,
like by 40
it's a
points.
wiffle ball thing. It's every
wiffle
fuck
ball.
this.
If you're down by 40 in the fourth quarter, they call the game. We
Yeah.
had a few of those. It's embarrassing.
lot.
It's playing
Lollapalooza.
tennis against bingo rule.
He said with love.
So from there, I wanted to be a quarterback. I got
Like, were you making the local paper?
oh yeah, tons
Everything.
of like. Ask my mom.
I'm saying in high school.
She has the book.
She's got the pictures.
There's the book. There's the newspaper articles. I mean, again, it's all.
But
there.
as a quarterback.
as a quarterback,
All right.
never as a punter.
All right.
So I had an option from high school to go. Actually, I could have played basketball out of high school, and I didn't do it. I decided to walk on, which was a big mistake.
Explain that. I don't know what a walk on
So
is.
I didn't get a scholarship out of high school, so I decided to walk on to the University of Arizona. And
Wildcats.
Yes.
And as a walk on, you're viewed as second class. I mean, I'd go to practice, but
Wow, that hasn't changed for you.
I felt like I was going through the motions. They're looking, like this guy thinks he has a chance, and let's humor him. And so it didn't work out well. They even spelled my name wrong on my jersey. I still have the jersey. It's Lindstrom.
That's definitely a keeper.
That should go up here somewhere.
That
actually.
should go up here somewhere. for
It
sure.
was the Arizona Freedom Bowl in 1995, I don't know, but it was the Freedom Bowl
Sure.
in San Diego. They stopped it. I think after that year, the Freedom Bowl stopped.
Wow.
But yeah, I was Lindstrom. So
Lindstrom.
from there, I decided to call some junior colleges, and Scottsdale Community College decided that they would take me, so I went there as a quarterback. Cool. And
Community college football exists?
oh wait, get
He's
this.
building.
Wait,
He's
wait.
building.
Okay, the Scottsdale Fighting Artichokes.
Oh yeah.
Wait, there's more. There's more.
Fighting artichokes.
The official,
Yeah, in your face.
The official school colors: neon pink and neon green.
But of
I
course.
think I have a house like
else?
that.
And every game, we had a huge walking artichoke going up and down.
That's brilliant. It's the spirit
Was
of
it
every
Kenny?
manly football game. Pink and green and
Kenny, where's your artichoke outfit?
the artichoke outfit.
We're gonna get you
From
one.
bananas to artichokes.
All right. Is this story taking too long?
No,
Fuck no, man. You're captive.
So from there, my first year I was there, and I got beat out at quarterback. His name was Tim Rattay. I don't remember him.
no.
Fuck him.
Where do you go on to?
He went to Louisiana Tech. He set the NCAA passing record for the country.
So he didn't
forever.
make the NFL.
No, he went to the NFL.
No.
He got drafted by the 49ers.
Wow.
He was Tom Brady's season. Tom Brady's draft class.
Oh, this is where
He-
we
he
wind
was
up.
draft-
All right.
He was
Go
drafted,
ahead.
I believe, ahead of Tom Brady.
Oops.
So how did the artichokes do?
The pink and the green.
We weren't very good, but I didn't do anything. I was just standing around. I didn't
The entire
play.
time, 4 years you
No.
stood around.
Okay, Doug. Junior college is 2 years.
I have a GED.
You might have.
We didn't
taken-
have a team.
You might have taken 4 years.
He did. It probably would have been better than the artichokes.
It was just the chokes.
So yeah.
I said a GED record.
All of them.
So the next season, okay. So I was the starting quarterback,
Right.
and then the fourth game I broke my leg. So snapped my leg, and
Where? I want to see it.
What?
Was it
30
Joe
yard line.
Theismann
Show.
break?
What kind of question?
fibula. I don't know.
Was it? But
As
it
opposed to
wasn't
the tibia.
compound Joe Theismann
No, it was-
graphic footage.
It was a non-surgical break.
All right.
So from there, I always knew I could punt, and then at a junior college, you have scouts coming through daily just to see who's there, and there's like specific junior college scouts that come, mainly Arizona, California, because they're the biggest junior colleges in the country. So Toledo came, University of Toledo, and at the time I had a
Powerhouse.
They were a MAC powerhouse. They really were. We beat
Absolutely.
Purdue.
That's right.
I had a cast on my leg, and they needed a punter, so they said they'd recruit me. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I punted
makes sense.
I punted like 2 games. And
Yeah,
felt-
I don't.
Okay.
You were a
I left
quarterback.
Sunday-
You
I-
broke your
I'm
leg
a
and
quarterback.
decided, oh,
I should kick.
Now I realize how much this leg meant to
Okay,
me.
wait.
I've always
I
neglected it
left
for
out
my
one
own.
little detail.
Oh, here
I
it
punted
comes.
like 3 games, but it was just like an afterthought. You know, it was like somebody needed to punt, so I just
Right.
did it.
And
I never thought about it, and I had a good average, punting average. So when I broke my leg, I figured, I was comparing myself at the time to I was like, this Peyton Mannings were out there. I'm like, there's no way. So I said, I can punt. So that's when Toledo just basically offered me a scholarship, and then took it away the next week because they had Dave Zastadil. Do you know that guy's name?
No,
He
but how do
punted-
they
he
take
punted
away?
for 15 years in the league because he committed to Toledo after I committed, and they dropped me and said they were going to go with Zastadil. So
But they already gave you the
and
scholarship,
then,
and
he
then
changed his mind, and then they called me back.
the old okey doke.
So and I had no other choice but Northeast Louisiana.
how many times have you tried that with a chick at a bar where you go, oh, I got way better options, and they leave, and then you go back to the girl and you go, oh, I reconsidered it.
So I'm the walk-on ugly chick.
Yeah.
Hey.
So you were the ugly chick.
But what
So
a
now you went to the
talented
Toledo Plantains.
Yeah.
Rockets. Most people know them for the Mud Hens, but
Of course, doesn't everyone?
the Rockets.
Clinger. You're right.
That's right.
So let's see. That was 95, 6. That was 97.
This is fucking great.
So I had 2 years left, and I was the punter for Toledo.
So this was senior college? It's 2 and 2?
Doug, I guess that's what you want to call it. Senior college.
All right.
Senior college. What are you, from
So you
1950?
must have been kicking ass.
So senior college, I punted for 2 seasons there. It was okay, average, pretty good, like 42 average, 41, not great.
So you were average in a
wasn't bad.
school that no one ever heard of, yet still.
I'd never heard of it.
All right. So how do you get from that to NFL training camp?
Therein
Okay.
lies the story.
So after my senior year, I moved to Reno, Nevada, where the Pelfreys, if you're a punter kicker, you kind of knew the Pelfreys at the time.
Oh, I remember that name now because I was trying to. Yeah.
So
all right. We'll get to that.
Pelfrey's is over.
Pelfrey is an old guy, just his old crotchety, well versed in punting guy that that's what he does. He teaches punters how to punt and kick.
They are to punting what the Zendejases were to field goal kicking.
Yeah,
He's the wolf. He's the cleaner.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you, Brett.
they've kind of phased out since then. The son got to be part of it. He had the mullet so it kind of drove him in the ground a little bit. But at the time, they were the place to be. Every year they had a punting camp in Reno, which Doug actually.
We'll get there.
Doug actually, you flew me out. You remember that? Doug actually flew me out.
Just not Doug.
So Doug really is a nice guy. If nobody,
stop.
Back to football.
Edit.
That's it.
Story's taking too long.
Back
Have
to
fun
football.
for it.
so I moved to Reno. I moved there. I had one of those apartments that combines a common kitchen. Have you seen those
Yes.
in Reno? And
Yeah,
they're
they
very-
call them flop houses.
But in Reno,
You share
they're
it's a youth hostel.
no.
Well, you have to share a kitchen with other people.
Yeah, but you have your own little,
It's a quad.
It's a
you have your own
dorm.
little
A
pull-out
dorm.
couch bed.
It's
Basically.
like the prison in Iceland.
Yeah, prison. Yeah, that's what it is. Prison.
So I live there.
Almost homeless.
Yeah.
I train there, and then every year they have a kicking combine for punters and kickers, and then you kick, and all the coaches come in, and if they like you, they sign you, basically.
Wow.
So I went there, and the Dallas coach was there. His name was Steve Hoffman. He's like the kicking
Special
guru.
teams coach.
No, he was the kicking specialist coach.
The man.
So he's underneath the special teams coach.
He's
How many
underneath-
coaches do they fucking
all
have?
he did was coach punters and kickers.
How many
was his
coaches
thing.
do they
all
have
he
on
did.
a
That's it. He's the
NFL team? I don't know. What you're making up titles of things I've never even heard
15
of.
to 20 for
most
sure.
most teams did not have that title. So anybody that is a kicker or punter will know who Steve Hoffman is. I mean, he's like,
Most of our listeners.
yeah. Well, they're all Doug, so they have no athletic ability, nothing.
Whoa. Hey. Gabe Lindstrom.
But he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy,
He's
though.
a nice guy. He's a nice
Slew me
guy.
out. Slew me out.
I've
Super
seen,
soft, but
I've
nice
seen,
as fuck.
I've seen Doug try to.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Get to that.
So, where was I?
We're going to the NFL.
Okay, so
How'd you get
so
picked
Steve
up?
Hoffman used to go there every year. He'd go to the Pelfrey's camp every year, and he basically after the combine he worked with me a little bit. He said if we do not draft Hunter Smith, then we're going to take you as a free agent. So of course I was watching the draft very closely because he was out of Notre Dame and he was like an All-American. He punted for probably 10 years in the league. His name was Hunter Smith, and
He punted for 10 years at Notre Dame. That's a guy with bad grades.
at the senior Notre Dame,
Senior college.
school. So he ended up going to the Colts. They drafted him in like the 4th round. So I signed with Dallas after my rookie season. Basically, he told me, we're not going to sign you. You're not going to make the team. We want to see how you do. We have Toby Goen, his name was.
Now, when you get signed by Dallas, was there any part of your head that thought, like, you were hoping for a city? Was there a place you didn't want to have to move to that you go, I don't want to get signed by them?
I was coming from a shared kitchen in Reno
So Oakland.
with
Oh, fuck, Oakland.
with alcoholics throwing up in the kitchen. So anywhere was fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't,
There was
I,
nothing like, oh, I don't want to go to Buffalo kind of shit. All right.
No,
You're just happy to be asked. So you go to
and that was actually the best place to go because everybody knew who Steve Hoffman was because he trained kickers and punters, and
He was the man.
except for my situation, made them NFL players.
So you moved in with J.R. Ewing.
Who's that?
Dallas. It's a show called
Oh,
Dallas.
JR, yeah.
The whole thing was a dream.
Yeah.
So you moved to
I
Dallas.
go to Dallas for preseason, and they put us up in.
Did you have high hopes where you like bought a house right away? Were you stupid?
My roommate was Dat Win. I remember him.
No. But you're 0 for like 11 on name drops.
I got it.
Dat Win?
He was
I
the
had
only-
Hoffman.
I know Dat
I had
Fan.
Hoffman.
Dat
I know
Win,
that fan, yeah.
Dat Win was the only
Last time-
Vietnamese football player in the NFL.
Dat Win was to football what Dat Fan was
The last time, last
to
couple
football.
I thought that wind was what hit your face when you waved that fan.
When that fan ain't working.
And it was actually crazy because we spent a lot of time together, and we went to his hometown in Rockport, is that name? Rockport, right on the ocean.
Wait, that's not in Vietnam. That guy lied to you.
But they're all immigrants from Vietnam, and they're all
gotcha.
crabbers. They did blue crab industries there, and they were all just tiny, skinny Vietnamese, and he's this huge guy. I mean, he's like 5'11", 240 pounds. So he just, I don't know. He said it's because his mom didn't make him carry the crab crates growing up to shrink them. That's his story. So,
As good as any reason.
This is fucking great.
Dallas, I had four preseason games. It was a Hall of Fame game. I do have 3 Hall of Fame games to my name.
Fucking dude, incredible.
No, I've got to take a break because I still fight for this idea, and I've tweeted the NFL, and they have not get back to me. Have I already told this story, Chaille? They should move. The Hall of Fame game is the first game of preseason in Fuckyville, Ohio, somewhere, wherever the Hall of Fame is. And people are so starved for football that they will watch that for about 15 minutes.
That's about it.
And you go, oh, preseason sucks. It's never good. There's nothing good about it. Move the stupid Pro Bowl that no one watches because it's the week before Super Bowl to the Hall of Fame game. And that way everyone's going to watch. It's all last year's biggest stars,
Right.
including the Super Bowl players who don't play in the Pro Bowl. It's a fucking brilliant idea.
That is a great idea.
I'm going to sue the NFL for not listening to me.
Yeah, you
All right. Sorry, you're in the... Gabe, I'm sorry. I had to get that plug out there to the world.
That's right.
You're in the Hall of Fame game, which means you're in.
Cowboys, Browns.
So they have home field advantage.
I think that deserves a fucking applause. That's fucking incredible.
No, I've
Yeah,
watched every Hall of Fame game for 15 minutes. They
three or
stink.
four preseason games. Very average. Nothing to write home about. I get cut, of course, which they told me I would.
Bastards.
And,
Who's on the team with you? This is what year?
this is Aikman, Moose Johnson, Emmett Smith.
Did they talk to you at all?
Oh yeah, they were awesome.
Wow.
Really?
They were, oh yeah.
That's
Because
a
you
lineup.
never know.
My locker was right next to Emmett Smith.
It's
no
this
shit.
And you led with that Dat win story? You had Emmett Smith next to you?
I mean, he's pulling out that fan. Go straight to Emmett Smith, for God's sakes, Gabe.
I have to pull names that people recognize out of you.
Emmett Smith, for God's sake.
So,
great.
I would assume that
getting better.
training camp is the comedy equivalent of a guest set by a local. All right, if some kid's going to do a thing, and you shake his hand in the green room, but you know he's going to suck, but he did a lot of flyering to promote the show.
Flyering.
So, but they were cool to you.
Yeah, that's that. Me again. I mean, just building up my confidence on all the way through life.
I'm saying the big names were cool to you.
Oh yeah, I thought it was very weird. We were walking one day, and Troy Aikman was like, "Hey, Gabe." It was just a weird memory. 'Cause you don't.
Oh, I do know. I fucking do know.
It's Troy Aikman.
You should have said,
knows
hey,
who
Tom.
I am. Yeah.
That would have been a baller move. What's up, Tom?
What's up, Dat?
Yeah.
Okay, so I get cut.
Explain this process,
It's too
because
good.
we've seen it in the movies where you get a note on your
No,
locker.
I knew
and-
I knew I was being cut from day one. I mean,
great
they told
vision
me.
board.
they said we want to see how you do for future years because they had their punter already. It was set in stone.
Yeah, the fix was on.
Yeah,
Clearly
I
good.
knew that going in. I had no other options. Nobody else wanted me. So
So they sit you down, or they just go, "You're cut." How's the firing process work? I want to know.
We're going to miss you, Gabe. That's it.
No, basically,
You bastard.
so there's series of cuts. There's the first cuts, and there's later cuts, and the first cuts come out. And
But
then
did they
it's like-
actually bring you into the office
yeah.
like the
They
movie
talk to you
scene
and-
and let you down easy?
The thing about Steve Hoffman was, it was basically him. There was Toby Goen, Richie Cunningham. You know that name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Richie. These days.
Old
And
Scoop
Fonzie
Cunningham
was
from-
there, and Podsy,
Potsy's
and
buddy,
Podsy.
right? Yeah.
There was
Johnny
no
and
other
Ralph
kicker.
Ralph. Fucking
So
Ralph
there was three of us there
Yeah.
with Steve Hoffman. So every day it was just the four of us. So
Right.
it wasn't like a call you in, sit down. It was just like, this first cut, you're gone. So
And then
He gave me a big bag of footballs and said, "Hey, keep working out."
Bag of footballs.
Like a parting gift.
A fucking bag of footballs.
That's the at-home version.
A fucking at-home version.
so
You've won the at-home version of the NFL.
the vibrating
The
football
vibrating
field.
fucking. Oh my god.
All right, so now you say that you knew you were going to get cut. Where are you living?
Where was I living?
You're in Dallas.
I came back home to
But
Bisbee.
did you already have plans to?
No, I came back.
You didn't
and
sign a lease,
No, I was a substitute teacher when I came back.
Fucking guy does everything.
so you already had
Incredible.
I was doing substitute.
your
teaching
vision
for
board already
60
had
bucks a day.
your mother's basement.
Yeah, I was staying in Cedric's room.
Cedric,
Initially, it was my room.
so you came home
Came
and
home.
you get a job as a substitute teacher.
Keep working out. Keep kicking
Obviously.
for the hopes
Yeah.
that Dallas was going to bring me back, and they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't like me, I guess.
How many years does this go on? Like, is there a season where you go, I'm going to try out
Well,
again?
Yeah, well, from there, then I went to Carolina, and then they signed me to NFL Europe. So I went to NFL Europe training
How
camp.
long did that last?
What?
NFL
It
Europe. It
stopped
was
in
like
2006.
4 years or something? 5
Well, it was
years?
the World League first. So
Right.
Kurt Warner and
Right. I remember that.
no, actually, San Antonio and all those used to have a team in the World League, right? San Antonio. There was like USA teams that compete against Europe teams.
Fucked if we did. Not on our radar.
Anybody have Google?
I've heard things.
It doesn't matter. But so the next
Okay.
year you get
Okay.
sent to Europe?
No. It's just, yeah. After that season, I went to Carolina. They signed me. They said we're going to send you to Europe. See how you do. Anyways, I go to Europe. This was what 2000.
2000.
Yeah, and I got cut from NFL Europe.
Wow, that has to hurt.
I started.
I mean,
out-
America's got talent. Not everyone can
started out
win,
with-
but Belgium's got talent. Go ahead, no.
I'm done.
Nobody else in this room has done any of that shit. Continue, please.
So I
No,
go to
you're
Europe.
telling the
Honored to
story.
have
We
you
make the
here.
jokes. It's working perfectly.
That gets really offended when I don't know.
Keep going. Ignore him.
They sent me to Scotland team. They had a Scottish national punter that was decent, very average. So I knew they had to have a certain amount of Scottish people on their team.
Nice.
So I knew right away that it was a lost cause because
Yeah.
they
What was
had
the
to-
name of the Scotland team?
Claymores.
The Claymores.
Oh.
So I knew from there I was like, so I got switched to Berlin.
Hennigan was booing him even back then from the stands. There's 8 people.
That's
and
where it started with Hennigan.
boo.
So I go from Scotland. They release me, and I go to Berlin. And there's like 2 weeks left in training camp. It's me against a guy named Brian Moorman. He punted for 15 years, I think, in the league.
That sounds familiar, yes.
He was Pro Bowl for like 5 years. So it was me against him. Came down to the wire. That was one of those where you're waiting anxiously in the hotel room at 5 a.m.
Right.
and you can hear the knocks coming down the hotel. It's like
Wow.
you don't want to be knocked on because you know.
All right, so
And then I
that's
got-
the firing scenario I was
that's
looking
bad.
for.
It ain't good. Yeah, there you
That's
go.
the bad. That was a bad one because you're just waiting, and then I heard. I was like, "Damn it!" So it was me, and that's the time. Actually, I have a good story with that. They take you to the airport like at 6 o'clock in the morning in Florida. This is when it was in Florida. You have to sit there. My flight was like at 6 p.m. So all day at the airport, and that's when I almost died in a plane crash. So that's that story.
Yeah, that's good.
You're a fantastic storyteller.
I think you sold that one, pal.
So
I think that's called
that
called
story.
burying the lead.
that was God just.
Hang on,
shaking
that
the
story
plane up saying you
in
suck.
about 15 seconds in my
was
head
gonna
went
get to
from
it.
you being in Berlin
Just let us
to
get
you're
to it.
in
Just let me get
Florida
to it.
where a plane crashes.
I never said I was in Berlin.
Well, you said you get traded to
I was in
Berlin. I
Florida.
thought they actually.
They have training camp in Florida.
Well, of course, that's
Did I not say
everyone would think that when you said I got traded to Berlin. Everyone sees palm trees.
NFL Europe training camp every year was in Florida because it was warm.
All right, so the
They don't
knock
want
on
to
the
pay
door.
people to fly to Europe because it's a cheap league.
What happens with the plane
Okay,
crashing?
so anyways,
let's
Buddy
get back to the
Holly.
crash.
put me on the plane all day. I'm at 6 o'clock at night. I'm laying on the benches. I'm flying to Reno so I can go work out for more teams after getting cut from NFL Europe. Like,
Really?
that's
Because
kinda
when
my
you're
work.
on your way to Berlin, they send you the opposite. Fuck, I'm so confused.
So I'm flying to
en route to
Reno,
Florida.
Nevada again
Yeah.
from Florida.
To go back to the
And
sensei.
We flew over tornadoes in Texas. And if you've never done that, then it's not fun. Because the plane just pretty much dropped like we were going to wreck.
Wow.
And the flight attendants all hit the ceiling. One broke his leg.
Wow.
All the carts hit the roof. All the things popped open.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
When the flight attendant broke her leg, did she then realize that she was a punter?
I've read my pants.
Go,
Speechless.
you're good.
Please, you're good. You're killing it. This is fucking great.
But I lived,
Who
unfortunately.
else has had this life?
And
Not only did she realize she was a punter, she beat him out for his next position.
She kicked
Gabe, don't do it. Don't do it,
15
Gabe.
years she kicked for NFL Europe.
actually, I remember
shot for
because
Gabe.
I was sitting in the. Is my wife here?
Yeah, your wife's here. Don't worry. I'm going down that path
well,
too.
That's another story. I'm just kidding.
No,
Keep talking.
no,
Wife says,
No,
"Keep
I remember the
talking,
story
keep
because it wasn't the one that broke the leg, but it's the one that sprained her ankle from hitting something. But I had the seat right in front of the wall before
Right.
first class.
Yeah.
And the flight attendant seats there were seats that used to pop up right there.
Right.
yeah,
So she was
jump seat.
so she had to rest her leg on my seat. And
Did you
it
throw
was nice.
throw
It was-
lumber
it was
or
cute.
something?
Yeah, you
So,
weren't complaining about
know,
that.
So I get to Reno.
Hang on, just to foreshadow, I asked Gabe stories about his time in NFL Europe when you eventually get picked up, and they're that exciting. I mean, even you're a football player. Like ladies, no. That's his most exciting story about being a professional athlete. Is one time a lady in distress had to put a broken ankle on his groinal area.
But she was cute.
So she was cute. We'll give him
Of
that.
course she was.
So I go to Reno.
That's why I saved your rookie card.
Reno. Let's see. It's getting a little fuzzy. Let's see. So
It doesn't
Reno-
matter. You get to you go back to NFL Europe. There was a payoff to the fucking
was
Patriots
2000.
story here.
Yeah.
How long did you play?
2000. That was 2000. I think it was 2002.
No one cares.
When did they win the Super Bowl? 2002.
2002 was the year, but it was the 2001 season. So, but you did play. Oh, the NFL Europe happens after the Patriots.
Well, yeah, that was 2005.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
was
Let's
after.
let's get back.
Fucking
All right, then
incredible
let's
stuff.
get to the
Yeah.
let's get to the yucky story that
Okay, so-
makes everyone cringe.
That was 2000. Nothing happened in 2001. Just kind of nothing.
And you were
Well,
you were-
9/11 happened, but that's cool.
And I was
other
substitute
than-
teaching that day when 9/11 happened.
and you were kind
we had
of
the TV on all
defeated
day.
mentally in the whole NFL process.
Not yet. Not yet. Not quite.
You weren't. I
Patriots
can't
had-
imagine you were ever hopeful. I don't see
I was
that.
very
even in your-
hopeful. That was probably my
Really?
flaw. I was very hopeful. So I was always disappointed. So
That's what led you forward.
that's what my mom taught me. Be hopeful.
That's right.
Even though it's
Mom knows
unrealistic,
best.
be hopeful.
Yeah.
You
Betty's
could be
world.
the first black president. Really? Yes.
So 2000, I think, okay, that's when Jacqueline was living in Morenci.
You're a beautiful wife, Jack.
So what the hell, I didn't have a house, right? I moved to Morenci. And do you know Morenci?
No, don't. You're talking to people listening.
Morenci's,
It's
Morenci's
a
in-
small town somewhere.
yeah, it's not a
Small town for us.
It's a small town completely owned by Phelps Dodge.
Mining company.
Everything in the town is, you can't even own a house.
Yeah.
Basically, they say, here's where you live there.
Right.
So I rented a house in Morenci, and I thought, well, I'll substitute teach.
Cool.
That's all I can do. So
Second string.
I lived
teacher.
there. I kept kicking. Yeah, I'm second string teacher. See? I kept kicking, making films. You know how the films go, because Doug actually filmed one for me, which
We'll
sucked.
get to it.
Yeah.
Doug ruined one of my films. Doug probably cost me a
I ruined one of your films.
Sierra Vista when we were doing our documentary.
Oh, I was actually filming?
You were filming it, and you filmed it horribly.
Wait,
That's right, Gabe.
let
Don't
me
take no
guess.
shit.
Was it shaky?
Yeah.
Was there not a bar there? Yeah, something to take the edge off?
The unsteady cam.
It was an unusable film,
All
basically.
right, well, we'll get to that.
I think
Let's
at the
don't get
time-
ahead of yourself. Let's get to you go to Disneyland.
Okay. So, let's see. Okay,
You
so
go to
This
Disneyland.
is the 2001 season. I'm living in Morenci. I wasn't married yet. We decided to take a trip together to California. We took our niece. She was like what, 11? How old was Emily?
You don't turn away from the mic. It's not good for audio.
We took our niece, my sister. We all went to California. Went to Disneyland. Before the trip, I stopped. Let's see. No, wait. Let me think.
You didn't tell your.
Okay. The week before, the Patriots had brought me in for a workout. Right?
Yes.
They brought me, a kid named Kevin Stemke, who was a friend of mine.
This is November.
That's about right.
Yeah.
I think they had a bye week that week. So this was like a Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember the days. That's kind of blurred. That's not important. So it was me and two other punters. They flew me in on a red-eye flight to New England.
from Arizona.
Fucking incredible.
Midnight. I go straight from the airport to go work out. It's 0 degrees, snow flurries. I'm from Arizona. Freezing my ass off, of course. Shorts. Outside. They have an inside thing. Why don't we use
Foxborough.
it? Why don't we use the indoor facility? I don't know. So we're outside in the snow flurries. 3 of us there. I don't remember the third guy.
That's like if I got asked to go to the Oscars and oh well, there's better seats over there. Why can't I have a nicer seat up in the balcony? But go ahead. Why can't we go
I believe
indoors?
they did fly me first class, so I could sleep.
Oh,
It's the least they could do.
So I get-
mathematically, they
I go-
figured it out ahead of time.
I go straight from the airport to the facility. Again, it's me, Stemke, who punted like 1 game. He has a great story. They cut. Wait, side note.
A side note is Gabe has been doing shots this whole time. And his story gets slower and slower.
Kevin,
better and better.
Kevin Stemke was signed by the
fucking story.
Rams, and it was like 2 games left in the season. He goes to a wedding of his friends. They cut him, and he didn't even know it. He didn't even know he was cut until he got back.
Damn.
He shows up in his uniform
That's
and
just-
gets out stretching his legs on the field, and someone taps him on the back. He gets that knock.
No,
You've been cut.
He didn't even get a knock.
knock.
He didn't even get a knock.
Yeah.
He was just.
He didn't even get a room.
Giant hook pulls him off the field.
He's a punter. They
Yeah.
don't care. Punters, they don't care about.
Yeah.
Just dime
So
a
you're in
dozen.
Disneyland with
No,
your
we're not there.
family.
We're not there yet. You said the story can take a
go.
while.
Easy.
Do you want me to hurry it up?
Ooh.
No, I'm just.
No, this
I'm trying to.
I'm in New England.
Pacing.
Yeah.
No sleep. Red eye flight. Go straight to the airport. Did I say snow flurries?
Yeah. You're all cold.
Shorts.
Yeah. You
0
bitched
degrees.
about not being indoors.
Shorts. Back then it was the little shorts. Littler shorts.
Tidy whities.
So
They chose your shorts for you.
of course we just take what we can get.
Yeah.
So all 3 of us had just a shitty workout. Just it was like one of those workouts where you're like, okay, you know what I mean?
We've
Just,
had podcasts
horrible.
like that. Started out hot and then
the catch was
I'm just picturing Gabe in snow flurries and shorts with a big bag of footballs.
his lucky footballs. It's like Linus.
Oh, Gabe, this is fucking
be
great. Please
right.
don't stop.
so. Are you being sarcastic?
No,
Are
I'm
you
not.
treating me like the ugly
I'm
female?
not pulling your
walk-on?
change. No,
I don't wanna
with
be the
you.
ugly
He's
walk-on
big.
here.
Gabe, whatever. Don't
Here.
fucking hit me, please.
Wonderful story.
I'm with you, sir. I'm with
Here-
you.
here
We
I
know
wa-
you. We
I
know
want to
the
be an
side
hell.
story
I want to
ends.
be an equal here. So okay, horrible workout. The catch is they had brought a guy in the day before that we got there. So his name was Derek Frost, and he sucked. He was one of those punters that just kept getting great opportunities, and because they thought he was good.
White
But he
privilege.
sucked.
Dad fan. We
Exactly,
can go back
dad
to that.
fan. We're back.
Yeah, like a
a
comedian
million-
that
there's a
sucks,
million-
but
yeah, we
gets
could-
opportunities.
Erickson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
So,
Brett Erickson.
so
tons of opportunities.
He was actually in a hotel, staying the night as we were working out. So that can't make him feel good. But anyways, so it was horrible workout for all three of us, and we're like, you know what, nothing's gonna come of this. So
Oh, that's a sad.
another side
That's a
note.
sad after bar. I'm making a comedy analogy where all three of the comics on the stage suck shit, and you all go back to the hotel bar and just slump over.
That's how it was.
And
Exactly.
just, fuck this whole business.
To make matters worse, and for them to rub it in our faces, every workout that we go on, they give us shorts, shirts, and you keep it. It's like a souvenir.
Bag of footballs.
Yeah, bag of football. So that's no, you don't get a bag of football. You get shorts
Yeah, I get you.
and a shirt.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I can probably go through and have I don't know anymore, but I used to have tons of pairs of shorts for my workout. So anyways, we're in the cafeteria afterwards. The equipment manager makes an announcement. Everybody's in there. All the punters who just worked out, please empty your bags and quit stealing our equipment. We have to get our bag, our shorts, and our T-shirts, which costs them nothing.
Comedy analogy would be they give you your bar tab after a show. You're like, we don't pay for drinks. Really? We're going to pay for drinks?
We couldn't even keep our shorts from New England.
Yeah, of
And
course.
they had to show that like we were stealing them.
Yeah.
It was one of
pretty
those days.
fucking rough.
It was one of those days.
Oh man.
That is a negative tell.
So we fly home, and they always tell you the same thing. You know, you can actually see their boards. You're going to be on our short list. Blah blah blah. I hear it every time.
We'll watch your tape.
Blah, blah, blah.
We'll keep you in mind. You know. So I go home. You know, I go back to
It's just Kenny.
subbing.
Don't be afraid.
So that week we decided to go out of town, and Doug likes to laugh about going to Disneyland or whatever.
It's a fucking funny story.
Okay, so
Why don't bail on it now?
We drive.
Give that guy an Adderall.
We're at the edge of our seats, Gabe. This is the best fucking story I've ever
We
heard.
drive to Tucson, where my brother was living, the lawyer,
That guy.
that guy, and
I have the end of that story written down. Don't let me forget, because I started it early about when we were doing speech therapy. Don't let me forget to end this with. I set up how bingo was at your brother's house with the speech therapy. So I got to remember to finish that story.
remember-
Go.
remember
you
for
sure
You're
you
in
want to finish that
Disneyland.
story?
Disneyland.
No, we're not there yet.
Not even Disney.
We already did. You
We're
were
in
with your
Tucson.
niece and
We're in
shit.
Tucson.
All right.
So my brother broke his cell phone. He didn't have a cell phone. Broken. I had a cell phone. Little flip phone back then.
Again, this is 2001, so having a cell phone was.
So I said, "Here, brother, I love you. Take my cell phone. I don't need it. I don't need
My
cell
life's
phone.
over.
I don't
They
need a cell
hated me
phone.
in New England. I don't
I-
need a cell phone.
I had a horrible workout. I don't need
He's
my
like
cell phone."
Steve Martin in The Jerk. You take my cell phone. All I need is this lamp.
And this paddleball game.
Yeah.
This lamp.
Go ahead.
Oh, so I gave him my cell phone. So really, it's his fault for breaking.
Well,
his
they
cell
don't know.
phone.
The people listening don't know what is his fault.
Yeah.
He broke his cell phone. I gave
I
him.
know,
my
but they don't. I know the story. The listeners that'll listen to
We're
this
over the
don't
target.
know the
Let's-
story. So get to the story
Okay.
why it's his fault.
Okay, so
what is his
so
fault?
as an NFL punter kicker, you should always have a cell phone on you. You have. I mean, I had an agent. I'm sure all you have agents, right?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
yeah, he's
Hennigan is Hennigan. What's
Bag
Hennigan?
full.
yeah.
Who knows what Hennigan is? Anyways,
Brilliant.
so I mean, back then, I guess it's not as easy to get a hold of people. It isn't. I mean, now you can. I guess it's the same. There's more cell phones around.
Yeah, kind of. Sort of.
tweet. Hey, if you see fucking Gabe, this big
Yeah.
fucking galoof walking around Disneyland, tell him to, and someone would find you.
So I go to California, no communication, which now seems weird not having communication because
Yeah.
we're so reliant on it.
Yeah, retrospect.
And so we go, it's like Friday, Saturday. Come home Sunday. Come home.
Sunday. Let's just say
whatever,
Sunday.
Whatever. So I get home that evening with a message from the Patriots. And they say, hey, we have a 10 o'clock flight for you to come back out. We want you to punt this week.
Everyone listen
They
up.
fired their punter is Betty's story.
Well, no, because Derek Frost, the punter they signed, sucked. Which I could have told anybody that he sucked.
you told
so-
the bartender the night you got fucking shit canned after a bad day and they wanted their shorts back. You told that bartender heard all about how Darren Frost sucked. That guy couldn't fucking carry my fucking cleats. That fucking piece of shit. So
He sucked that week. They didn't like him, of course. They cut him. And then they called me on Monday. I wasn't home.
Fuck.
I wasn't home. I had a flight. I missed my flight. My agent, dumbass, didn't
First
try
class
a
flight.
little bit harder to get a hold of me. I mean, my
One would
family was
think.
with me. They could have
Yeah.
tried a little harder. His name was Derek Fox.
Oh, damn you.
Fox?
Oh,
Derek Fox.
was the guy that took your.
That's my agent.
He got your.
Was my agent.
Oh
was
no!
Derek
Who's
Fox.
the guy that got your spot? Because I'm going to rush into the end of your story if you don't stop dropping names of people no one give a fuck about.
He's the agent that's a dick that didn't try to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've been able to say that.
What's he going to do? Fucking smoke signals?
Trying to get a hold of me.
You're in
I don't know how.
Disneyland without a
It's his
cell
job.
phone.
It's his paycheck.
What's he going to put a post-it note on the back of a small
Attention,
child?
Disneyland patrons.
He's
It's his
going to
3%.
get himself hired to be an extra on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, so he can jump into your cart.
Hang on. Well,
Yeah,
the
he
point
lived in
being,
San Diego too. He was
They
from
left
San
you
Diego.
several messages, as the story Betty told.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know.
You don't know.
My cell
They
phone
left
had
Jason
my cell
several
phone. My
messages.
cell phone had messages, but that doesn't matter because I didn't have my cell phone.
Well, this is the year.
Exactly. It's a moot point.
Okay. Doug's in a rush, so I get back home. I miss the call. Of course, I wake up early. I'm trying to calculate Eastern time, Arizona time. Where the hell are we? I said, hey, I just got home. I missed your call. They said, no, we brought back Ken Walters, who we cut 3 weeks ago.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was the veteran punter. You remember him?
Yeah, fuck. From about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he sucked. He sucked, but very nice guy, I have to say. They signed him. They go to the Super Bowl. They win. Ken Walters gets a ring.
Now
along
that's
with
the
his
year
Corvette.
that the Patriots beat the Rams, correct?
I don't know what year it was. It's all a blur.
Oh, it was 3. All right. See, Betty's story was it was the first. That was the against the
remember what year it
Carolina
was.
Panthers or the Eagles. Either way, you would have had a Super
Either
Bowl
way,
ring
Super Bowl ring. I missed the call.
if you hadn't given your brother the fucking cell phone. Unless, and let's look at the bright side.
Got engaged that weekend.
He got engaged.
Sure did. A beautiful wife.
Wait, you got engaged at Disneyland?
Yeah, his wife just said, I got a
Actually,
ring.
it was
So you
downtown
stare
Disney.
at her every night while she's sleeping, daggers into the back of her head, going, "You cost me a fucking ring.
I don't.
I gave you a ring
I never think about it until I
off
come
of
to
my
Doug's
own
house.
finger."
The only time I think about it is when Doug's the only one that brings it up. So, I mean, Doug's always bringing it up, so I can't
It's a
ever
fucking
forget
great
it.
story.
It's incredible.
I was playing freaking what's that stupid beanbag game called the other day?
Oh, cornhole.
Cornhole, and Doug's talking about the Patriots. So I mean, I can't get
Can't
get rid of it.
Yeah, well, move to another small town where no one knows your backstory.
So it's not over yet, though. You,
yeah,
are you
well,
guys
no,
bored?
I'm not. That's,
This is
that's
halftime.
fine.
Oh, we-
I was just gonna
We
say.
stopped recording minutes ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Can't have
It
mushrooms.
started out, I'm from Bisbee. Yeah. Keep going.
that
Well, everybody else left, so I must be boring people.
I was going to say the bright side
fucking
is
incredible story.
that perhaps if you had got the call, you would have been flown out there and you would have sucked and then been replaced by Ken Walters.
But I would at least got one game.
Yeah, but you wouldn't
you'd
have
gotten
the
the
ring.
ring. You get the ring if you
You know, the
play
irony
one
of that
game.
is I had a workout because they cut Ken after that season, and we all had a workout in Kansas City the next year, and of course he's wearing his big old Super Bowl ring.
But he's sitting with you.
No, I had a picture. I have the ring on my finger in a picture.
Wow.
But the guy with the Super Bowl ring is still having a workout with you, the Disneyland guy.
but
So
he's
like,
already got
fuck
millions.
him. Yeah, you're on your way down, man.
Yeah, he's the
He's
guy
on
at
his way down.
fucking practice wearing a Super Bowl ring. Trying
That's yes.
And the
that's
next-
me getting bumped at the Tucson open mic. All right, I'm done
although
with comedy
The
analogies.
following
I'll
year,
stop.
I had a workout with Ken, and I did kick his ass, but I didn't get cleared because they said I had a bad back.
Oh, wow.
How long you had a week back?
Is this a joke?
Come on, Tom. Don't leave me hanging.
How long have you been? It's about a week back.
Yeah, see, it's a whole Stooges thing.
Yeah.
So that's the Patriots story. I mean, there's more, but
It's fucking great.
Well, then you did actually play in NFL Europe. I had your purple jersey. Who was that? The Galaxy?
the Galaxy. That was 2002.
Trondheim or fucking...
Yeah, from there I went to
what
actually-
city? Frankfurt.
I actually made it on the Frankfurt Galaxy team with the Giants.
This is good.
That was a legendary team, the Frankfurt Galaxy team.
I was all NFL
Yeah, they were
Europe.
next to the worst.
06,
Hi-oh.
04.
He was all NFL Europe.
Out of 5 punters, 6 punters.
It's incredible.
So I came back. Okay. I came back with the Giants. They're the ones that allocated.
Hang on.
That's the word.
This is when you actually played in front of
Okay.
people professionally
Before-
in Europe, in Frankfurt.
Okay. Before going to Europe, I had to work out with the Giants because their punter had a broken wrist. Remember Rodney Williams, the only black
No
punter
one
in the
knows
league?
these fucking
Listen,
names.
You can let me
Listen.
explain.
No,
He was the only black punter in the NFL. Rodney Williams. He had a 90-yard punt.
Reggie Roby was. That must
He had
be
a
later.
90-yard punt in preseason in Denver. Let's see, 2000. Yeah,
90-yard
but the
punt.
next
Like all
next
in the
day-
air, not rolling.
The next
for
day was
40 yards.
2011. The towers fell, and nobody remembered his punt.
2011.
Jesus.
You just said 2000. You're drunk as shit.
2001.
You just said 2011. The
2001.
towers
Just
fell.
10 years
said
out of yourself.
2001.
It's all right. We're with
I
you, bro.
think if we.
So he had a
rewind the
90-yard punt in Denver. That's impressive.
Hey, this
very
this is
fucking
where we get
impressive.
to busting your balls about your time and how long were you in NFL Europe playing live games in stadiums?
That was 2002.
Hang on. Your wife and sister keep answering questions, and I'm going to have them sit in for you as you get too drunk to. I used to ask him about, like, still, it's NFL Europe, but you're still playing in front of stadiums of people. You
like,
still have to have that
35,000.
35,000 people.
good.
I've never played
Anybody
to
here do it?
35,000
Ugly
people.
cheerleaders. Those cheerleaders.
And
We're having fun, but
Those
it's a fucking
cheerleaders.
incredible accomplishment.
those cheerleaders were something
Talk
else.
about the cheerleaders, Gabe. Jesus
But I
Christ,
would
you
ask you, I would milk him like a dead cow for stories of like fun that you had. Nothing. I was married.
Yeah, he low.
Like there's no Cristal and fucking Escalades and fucking beating up a bouncer and then fucking paying
there
off
was
cops.
there was Turkish. They always told us the story of the Turkish people where the Turkish people did not like the Americans in Europe, in Germany. So they always warned us, if you don't go to Turkish bars. And there was a story of one of the NFL players going in there and
Name a name. Go ahead.
I don't know the name.
Oh.
But they took him outside and had a sword, like a Viking sword. And they were mimicking. They were going to cut his head off. So that's the story we all heard.
And this is
Don't
pre-ISIS.
go to Turkish bars.
This is pre-ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So let's wrap to after you're all pro.
So Europe, 2002. Go to NFL Europe with the Giants. Come back with the Giants. It's me against Rodney Williams, who
Incredible.
and I beat him out. Basically, I was second in the league in punting that year. I had like a 47 yard average behind Todd Sauerbrunn. I still remember his name. He was an all NFL.
Yeah. The Bears drafted him.
See?
That's right, baby.
And he went to Bears, then he went to Carolina. He was a great punter. All
Hey, this is the Todd Sauerbrunn podcast you're listening
He
to
was
right
a cocky punter, and that's
Yo.
why no one liked him because he thought he was.
I never met him, so I can't judge him. But
Who did you meet that you hated?
The rumors that
Yeah.
Jerry
now. Let's get some
Rosberg,
dirt. Let's get some dirt. Now you're drunk.
Jerry Rosberg, special teams coach of the Browns, basically a walking, looking dildo is what he looked like.
The walking dildo.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. That's my nemesis, basically.
Yeah.
So I go to the Giants. It's me against Williams. I beat him out, but the whole time I had a nagging injury. So my whole time my back was like, something's going on.
That sucks.
I got to the 4th preseason game, and I couldn't punt. Rodney had the first half. I had the second half.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I mean, believe me, I would have done everything I possibly could. It was against the Jets, Jets preseason. Jets were home field.
I
same
fucked 4
stadium.
girls at once, and I had the same failure. All the penetration was just meaningless.
A black guy who was competing against you did better.
Whoa.
But he didn't. So I ended up getting X-rayed at halftime. I had a stress fracture in my lower back. that's just been my luck, you know. So I had the job, but I ended up injuring myself. So they kept me on injury reserve until like December.
You know where we're going, Gabe? We're going to Brian Hennigan.
Yeah, okay.
Where did that go?
I ended up getting released after I get better, whatever. And that's the year. Let's see, it was the 49ers, Giants. The punter dropped the snap in the playoffs. You guys remember that? The Giants.
No.
You're.
I don't remember the beginning of this
You're
story.
not even getting the story. Oh no, wait, that's way before. That was the Giants
That
punter
same
before.
year, this sorry ass.
I thought you were going to do a Sean
I can't
Landetta.
think of his name.
I'm cutting you off. I'm going to get you into where your vitriol will rise. And
The Giants punter dropped the snap against the 49ers. You don't remember that?
No.
In the playoffs.
What's wrong with you fucking guys?
We just have football parties. We don't watch or
watch
care.
So he dropped the snap. They lost.
the only
The
real
Giants
man
lost
here.
the playoffs to the 49ers because the punter dropped the snap
Fuck.
for an extra point. That's huge.
Yeah, I'm sure it sucks. But let's
huge.
get to the real suck.
Okay, so
is
anyways.
you decide to make a comeback years later.
Okay, so that's
That's the end of it.
Okay, so you don't want the
Tenacity.
second NFL Europe.
Not if the story is don't go to a Turkish bar, which you didn't go to a Turkish bar.
Okay, so I did NFL Europe again in 2005 with the Bears. I came back with the Bears. I was on the practice squad for a few weeks.
The Bears.
I get cut, of course, like always.
I know you get cut, and then
I
you go
come
back to
I
NFL
come
Europe.
back and I don't know, Bisbee, and then I meet this dickhead over here. I met him while bartending at the Stock Exchange bar.
Wow.
Doug and Bingo were dressed like the Hare Krishna. The Hare Krishna people from the
Oh yeah,
airports.
the Muslim prayer robes. They actually make an appearance in the book that I'm writing.
Doug and
Hare,
Bingo were
Hare.
dressed like that, and I didn't know who he was. And he asked me to sign a Bisbee baseball cap from high school, which I didn't even play baseball, but I signed it.
I don't care.
So I was like, okay, whatever.
I'm a star
Who's this
fucker.
Idiot. I signed a Bisbee baseball cap. You know,
So anyway, long story short, you've
Too
been
late.
out of.
was it that bad?
We've been
NFL.
waiting for you, Gabe. You're the best.
NFL
Dude, I sense like a lot of little sarcasm in that.
has been distant for you.
A lot of envy.
NFL has been distant for years at this point.
Okay.
And somehow you get talked into
By-
trying to make a comeback.
By Stanhope.
And Hennigan.
Was it you?
I don't know.
It's planted the seed.
Maybe.
Yeah. What year? That was 2006.
It doesn't matter.
seed
You're,
planter.
you're long since out of the game.
So
But-
the goal was to be the oldest rookie punter in the NFL.
Yes. Yes. And
Which was
Hennigan
like
is going
30
to make a documentary. And I was trying to act as your agent. I'm trying to
Oh,
do
man.
old telemarketing
Our house-
shit. I sucked.
We lived in a tiny house in Galena. And Doug was there. I had him call the Redskins as my agent. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. I sucked. I have no idea. Like, don't open your mouth if you don't know the shot.
The thing is,
Hey, Glenn Ross.
Gary Glenn
the
Ross
thing is,
line.
Doug is very confident in comedy, but anything else, Doug's like that scared
I
high school
fall
kid
apart.
that shakes. He's like a little chihuahua that just shakes in
That's
public.
sobriety that
Yeah.
does that to me.
So,
Has nothing to do.
I mean, there's a great story of
Give me
Doug.
the Redskins phone
Wait,
number
wait, wait.
right now. I'll get you on the fucking team.
So
At 10 o'clock in the morning at
No
your house
shaking
where I
there,
have to
baby.
smoke outside,
Yeah.
not so much.
Doug actually called the Redskins for me, and I'm sitting there like trying to listen, see what they're saying, but I don't think we got through. Did we get through?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know the rigmarole.
Probably a good thing we didn't get through.
So Brian is the whole time we went out. It's so fucking hard
fucking
to catch a
incredible.
punt. We
Okay.
would go out with Gabe.
You're
guys
jumping
suck.
ahead. So we're filming with Brian Hennigan.
Well, I was just going to explain to him how hard catching. We would go while he's working out to
what I
do
wanna
this,
try.
and all of us, the whole Bisbee football crew, would go to the high school
Yeah.
field, and you would punt fucking 60-yarders.
Yeah.
And we had
Yeah.
Just Jen, Just Jen with her fibromyalgia. She's out there with a laundry
love you, Jen.
basket. it hurts so bad to catch these footballs. It's cold out too.
Yeah.
And I would, so after the first time, I would duct tape odor eaters around my forearms on the inside to muffle it stung. I'd run, and then there was this one-armed kid. Do you remember that?
My mom
fugitive.
actually said he has a prosthetic arm now.
Now. Back then, he was 13. You have all of us elderly folks out there try to catch
With
punch.
laundry
this
baskets.
13-year-old kid.
God.
I wore helmets. We had those replica helmets,
course.
and I wore them because
man's a fucking
occasionally it'd hit your hands, and the nose of a cold football would go right into your fucking lip or nose. Fuck this.
I like that when you mimic catching a football, you look like a girl catching a football.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I was.
It's a boy.
Remember,
So this kid
it's
shows
a
up.
non-athlete, Doug.
Yeah.
The kid shows up and he's catching everything with one arm.
One
He's
arm.
like fucking OBJ. What's his name? The one-armed fucking
Odell Beckham.
yeah. That's the guy.
I don't know
Junior,
any of these
Junior.
people you guys name drop.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, but we're filming it. Or Brian
Christ,
is.
I wanna see this.
Brian's not out catching fucking footballs. Oh no, I just film. I have contact lenses that are very.
But the best story with Brian, we're at my uncle's house. He lost his passport.
Oh, fuck.
He couldn't fly. He had a flight and he lost his passport and he was flipping. Remember this?
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh, he never told you that story?
Where did he
I don't remember it.
No, he lost his passport and he was just. I mean, he was going berserk. I mean, he was going berserk.
Which means he was just sobering up. Fucking, where the fuck could I have put the fucking thing? There's no fucking way that where was I? Well, that's where this whole thing culminated because you went to camp and we came up to Reno again.
We went to. By that time, the Pelfreys had competitors, so we were in Scottsdale, and Brian was filming. I
Back in artichoke country.
Yes.
Yeah. Pink
I
and green.
had a very good workout when we had it on film, and we decided to go to Reno anyways. And actually,
For the training camp.
Doug bought my flight to Reno, which I'll always be grateful for. And I remember one of his shows. You remember what that show was?
I've never had a good show in Reno. I remember that one specifically because I always fail around you. Whether it's speaking at city council or fucking trying to promote your mother as mayor, you're like a huge, violent sucking ball
One
of
good thing
jinx.
about me.
You have a presence, sir.
So yeah, I do remember that show.
A cooler.
So you go,
Cooler.
You're a big cooler.
you do the
That's
training
cool.
camp, you don't make it. Brian's
I went to Reno and I thought I had an excellent workout in Scottsdale, so we decided just to hang out that night. We went to your show and afterwards, I think you had the Gabe Pride shirt on. And,
oh, that's right. We made up Gabe Pride
fucking great.
pink
So-
T-shirts.
That's funny.
and the next day, I'm like, I think I had a good workout. I think something's gonna come of this. And of course, me, nothing came of it.
But God damn it, you were
that's
in
the
the,
end of it.
fucking-
and
you were in the
Hennigan
game, God
has
damn it.
Hennigan must have been
listening,
filming
man?
this whole thing thinking that the payoff will be he will be the oldest rookie to ever play in a regular season NFL game.
No.
And when that fell apart and you're demoralized, so you wanted nothing to do with Brian, and then Brian was pissed at you and he wants this, and it was it Super Bowl or Thanksgiving where
That was Jason's house.
with your mother?
Yeah, they had me sitting. Brian had me sitting in a chair.
What the fuck?
I'm like, can I move? No, I have to sit in this
He's
chair while
still
watching
trying
the
to
Super
find
Bowl.
closure. Oh, it was a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, and we're watching the Cardinals and the Steelers, and I'm sitting there.
You in a high
I'm
chair.
like
What the fuck?
getting off camera, and Brian's
Drunk
yelling,
and belligerent.
and I think we were eating
I don't
dinner that
believe that.
night.
And he's
and-
like, and I go, fucking Brian, just fucking calm down, just relax. And he went on this out. He's still embarrassed about to this day, where he just went at a fucking dinner. He goes, no, no, this is bullshit. I need fucking closure. I have spent so much fucking time on this fucking project. No. It was one of the most embarrassing.
Oh my God.
Like, we do that shit here
great
at the
Brian
Funhouse.
Hennigan.
Tom's witnessed where we fall apart, but that's us. This was with
was-
family of people that you don't do that around.
Oh, that's incredible.
We rarely leave the fence because of that.
I tend to bring that out in people very well. Brian and I, looking back, Brian and I had a good talk. I don't know if he told you. It was like a month ago where we had actually a great talk.
Yeah,
and
you
I
did
actually
mention that.
apologized to him because I was an ass. I was an ass during that filming. And he said there's going to be like a 10-minute clip or 5-minute clip. And I'm scared to see it. I really don't want to see it. But he said it's going to be fine. And I apologize.
He's not even getting around to my work lately, and that pays his bills. So don't worry about the clip.
I
If
don't
he
care
could
to
put
see it.
together a 10-minute clip of him being an ass, he would probably put that first, I would imagine. Though.
Well, you know what? Now you're more important to us because now you are our newly elected council person from Ward 3.
You're goddamn
and the
right.
Bisbee City Council.
We'll see how long it lasts. but-
Your brother
Every
also
one of those are
ran for
incredible
state
achievements.
legislature
Yeah.
from his county prosecutor seat that he's in now to be a state legislator. And when we were at his house, here's the cocktail napkin. I forgot the point. Was when we were having to do Bingo's speech therapy at his house. His wife came back and we were chatting and said, well, at least 2 of our 3 candidates won. Guess your husband's no Gabe Lindstrom. And she goes, you're goddamn right he's not.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Incredible. Oh, fuck.
Gabe Lindstrom.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought it was Lindstrom.
Lindstrom. Yeah, with a J.
Gabe Lindstrom. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. The Lindstrom
I
state.
just
in your
needed-
mind.
I just needed
Bring that jersey
closure.
over, would you hang it up?
Fuck.
If we had an extra wall that was your size, we probably would.
Yeah.
Frame it.
He's a big man.
Actually, I had your Frankfurt Galaxy jersey forever.
Bring something over.
Didn't have a name on it though. That stunk. All right, that's a podcast.
The great
Chaille will
Gabe
play
Lindstrom.
some when he comes back.
Yes. Bravo. Good work, Gabe. Yes.